Welcome to episode 3 of Maren Will Try. On this episode, I'm going to take you through a week of my training, starting on a Monday and ending on a Sunday, just to show you what my weeks look like on the regular these days while I'm training for a 50K Ultramarathon in October and the full distance Ironman Triathlon next year in 2027. I hope you enjoy. Good morning. It's Monday morning, 3:45 a.m. and my dog is not very happy about it. Rhiannon does not like when I leave this early in the morning. But gotta do what you gotta do, right? And this is the only time our master swimming group has a time slot to swim is weekday mornings from 4:30 to 6:30. 4:30 to 6, actually. 4:30 to 6. So, getting ready to head out and hopefully get some swim footage for you all this morning. It's finally warm weather in Northwest Ohio. The sun is up there somewhere. So just heading out on a really easy zone 1 run, about 7 miles. Really slow pace, just taking it easy because this weekend prior was pretty high volume. So just getting some time on my feet and gonna enjoy this nice weather, hopefully work on my tan while I'm out there. You can probably hear there's some construction going on nearby, so it's definitely that time of year. So all right, well, I will take you all along for the run, and it'll go much faster for you than it will for me. All right, so at this point, I'm sure I look like a drowned rat because it's the first warm weather run of the season, and no gloves or mittens is very much appreciated. But it is hot today, which that's the way it goes in Ohio. Feast or famine. It's going to be minus 20 or it's going to be 90 in humidity. But we're just going through the park right now. It's actually a pretty nice park for a small town, so I'll give you guys a view. A quick one anyway. So we're gonna continue on this run, about 3 miles down, 4 to go. I don't know if I'm getting a very good view of my shadow or not, but she looks like she's cruising. So now we're getting down into the valley, I guess you would call it. Whatever it is, a little bit of shade is much appreciated today. Almost 5 miles. So, it's a little windy, but that's good today. Breeze feels nice. Alright, so just finishing up the 7 miles. I may be drenched in sweat, but this is so much better than, there it is, 7 miles. This is so much better than frozen hands, frozen, painful hands from rain-ons in the winter. So I'll take it. So it's still Monday, and I still have a strength training session to do today, but it's much cooler in the house, so I'm glad to be able to do that in here. So I'm not really planning on filming much of the strength training, if any,
just because my equipment is kind of all over the place. This is not a very big house, so most of it is in the living room, and then there's some in the kitchen, and then there's some in the spare bedroom. So I just kind of ramble all over the place to get things done. And honestly, I always do supersets, so I'm just going from one thing to the next and just don't really rest a lot to be setting up the camera a bunch of times. But if you do really want to see what I do for strength training, let me know in the comments below, and I will include it in the next episode. But for today, I'm just gonna mention that I did it, and by the time you watch this, it will obviously be done. This is a tough one, and yes, I am walking the rest breaks, and I haven't been filming as much until now because Quinn was out here and I didn't know if he wanted to be on a YouTube video or not, although he does have his own YouTube channel. Quinn is like the fastest runner in our town, but he's also 20 years old, so he was definitely putting me to shame out here. But yeah, so I have one more tempo interval to go, and then it's time for the cool down. And it's pretty humid out here, but once again, don't need gloves or mittens, so I'll take it. Last interval is done, so just resting for a minute here, and then do a 2.5 mile cool down back home. I gotta get out of here because school's gonna start soon, and the parents dropping their kids off won't be very happy with me. So yeah, that should make roughly 9 miles or so. So we'll see you at the finish. So I just realized that having this nice camera means that you all are going to be able to see just how much dust and dirt is in my house. But you know, that's the way it goes. Like, I'm training over 20 hours a week, and that's just the training. It doesn't include the commute to and from the pool and the laundry involved and trying to cook healthy meals. So the housework leaves something to be desired. And I've got a dog that likes to tear up the furniture, so if you can see the recliner chair in the background, let's just all thank our lucky stars that that was free. But second session today on Tuesday. Just finished up the 9-mile run with the tempo intervals. So this is just a really easy cycling session, zone 1 for an hour. But the weather, like about 30 seconds after I came in from running, it started storming and pouring down rain. And it's been going from sun to rain to sun to rain ever since. So I don't mind running in the rain so much, but cycling in the rain is a no for me, especially if it's storming, if there's lightning and whatnot. No thank you. So just gonna get this done inside today, and then that'll be it for Tuesday. So it's more of a low-key day than some of the others. So I'm only about 5 minutes into the bike ride, but won't take very long. I'm gonna turn on some YouTube myself and watch some of my favorite channels. So this will be my plug for Run Try Bike and their YouTube channel. They're also on your favorite podcast network, so go ahead and check them out when you get the chance. Definitely entertaining, lots of good content there. So all right, well, I'm gonna finish this out, and I will see you all tomorrow for Wednesday morning training. So we're on the back end of this ride right now, and I forgot to bring the fan in here. Ceiling fan doesn't work, so yeah, a little sweaty, a little stinky, but I'm interested to see if I can get my Coros data to show up on these Zwift rides, because Coros and Zwift have finally collaborated, and so I don't know if my Coros data will show up here or not, but we have about 15 minutes left to go, and then it will be time for a shower. So I just wanted to check in before the end of the ride, and I guess we'll once again see you all tomorrow, Wednesday morning, bright and early before a swim session. Morning. It's a little before 4 a.m. Wednesday, and my hair is being hair, but it doesn't matter because we're heading to the pool. So I will see you all there. The glamour of 4:23 a.m. Honestly, I love it though. Not necessarily the time of day, but the swimming part. Wednesday and it's time for a second session. I'm just getting ready to head out on an easy run, 7 miles, zone 1-ish. And it keeps looking like it's going to rain, but the weather forecast says there's like a 2% chance. So I'm going to risk it, but I wouldn't be surprised if I end up getting drenched today. The sun will shine for like 30 seconds and then it's dark. So we'll see. But it is cold again, cold-ish. So the gloves are back out. I'm kind of bummed about that, but if I can get through this run without getting soaked and not having to finish it on the treadmill, then it will be successful. It's a little before 6 a.m. on Thursday and I'm heading out on a 13-mile run, fairly easy, zone 1 to 2-ish. But yeah, get the headband on to keep my ears warm. I've got mittens with hand warmers because unfortunately this is Ohio and now it's 40 degrees with some wind. So yeah, we couldn't keep the hot, humid weather that I wanted, of course, so here we are. But I'll get through it. I'll battle through it, and then probably in a few weeks I'll be complaining about how hot it is. But for now, I'm freezing. All right, we'll see you out there. All right, so safely got up the hill, safely crossed the highway, so it's time to fuel with another second. Whoo-wee. Wind is in my face right now, so I'll be ready to turn up here. All right, so we're heading back into town now. It's so nice. The wind is not in my face anymore. But I don't know if you can see those hills in the distance there, but they're there. And then, yeah, it's actually really pretty on this road though, despite the hills. And unfortunately our one and only factory, well, the one main factory in town shut down not long ago. So this would be a busy road if it was still in business, but nobody works there anymore, so nobody drives on this road except for people that live here, really. So it's a pretty calm place to run. But other than that massive hill up there, but hey, it's good hill training, that's for sure. So this is the neighborhood where I grew up. High school, the school used to be here with us. Empty spaces, but this town isn't really big enough to have neighborhoods really, but this is the part of town where I grew up, which was nice because it was so close to the school. I didn't have to ride the bus, really. So, yeah. Got 3 miles, 5K left to go. Can do this. Just getting out of that wind again. Feels good, but this is the factory that closed down. It's really sad actually because a lot of people lost their jobs
So, anyways, that's the way it goes, I guess. .1 done and dusted. I was supposed to do the last 2 miles faster if I could, and I did. So, headed home. Alright, well, it is late morning on Thursday, and I'm still frozen from running earlier. But I also have strength training today, and I'll be honest, some days I am really into strength training, like, let's do this, let's build muscle, yes. And then other days I'm like, no, it's a necessary evil, so let's do this. And I think you can tell which day it is today, because I am feeling like it's a necessary evil, let's just do this. But I'm going to get it done. And again, like, if you do want me to film it, let me know in the comments, like I said before. But yeah, like, my stuff is just like all over the house. Like, some of it's in the spare bedroom, some of it is in the living room, some of it is in the kitchen, honestly. Like, I am the only one that lives here with my pets, so I do not need to make this house very aesthetic for anyone. And honestly, it meets my aesthetic, which is training full time and not wanting to have to drive to the gym. So it works for me. So yeah, I'm going to get that done. Good morning. It's Friday morning, 6 a.m. And as you can see, I'm in the house. I'm actually standing on the treadmill. I have an easy 6-mile recovery run today, and you know, it might be the end of May, but it is freezing cold outside. It is windy. It is farming season, and they are also still doing construction on my road, so dust is everywhere, and I'm just not feeling it. I'm not going to try to prove anything today by, you know, feeling miserable outside on a recovery run. So I am just going to hit the treadmill today and get it done, and then later, you know, you'll see me on an easy recovery ride, and that is also going to be in the house as well. So that's Friday for you, and that is Ohio weather. Good morning again on Friday. It is the second session of the day, and I'm just getting warmed up. But yeah, this is on Zwift, obviously, inside on the trainer. Just a really easy bike ride. Nothing too crazy. Just a high cadence. Zone 1, basically no resistance for an hour. So yeah, today is pretty much just all recovery stuff, just getting some movement without stress by any means. So I'll be here for an hour, and then that will finish up Friday. And tomorrow I have a long run, but the weather is not looking great per usual. So I guess either you'll see me outside or you'll see me on the treadmill again. So, all right, see you tomorrow. Good morning. It is
Saturday morning, and it is once again cold and windy, but it is also raining, and I'm not looking forward to any of that. I do have an 18-mile run this morning, but I'm gonna tough it out here on the treadmill and listen to probably about 18 different playlists to get through it. But the treadmill does have its advantages. Obviously, I'm not going to be miserable in the weather conditions or melt in the rain. But yeah, bathroom's close by, my snacks are close by, my hydration is close by, my towel is close by. So yeah, it does have its advantages sometimes, and this is, you know, a long run, but it's easy pace, and I'm not going to set the incline very high. I'm just gonna cruise. So I would much rather be outside on a nice sunny day, but it's just not going to happen today. So also I am kind of monitoring just some little aches and pains, nothing serious, but obviously if anything flares up on this run, I will stop and I'll be right here at home. So it's another advantage to doing the run here today on the treadmill, because I do have a half marathon next week, and I don't have a big goal for it other than to finish, but I do want to go run it and finish. So I'm gonna do my best to stay healthy until then. So I don't know if I'll check in after the run today or not, but I will post up here if I actually did the full 18 miles or if I stopped beforehand. Good morning. It is Sunday morning. It's kind of difficult to know what day it is because it's Memorial Day weekend, but I'm pretty sure it's Sunday morning. So this morning, as you can see, it is foggy. It's a little cold. It's gloomy, but it's just an easy recovery run this morning. 7 miles, very, very easy after yesterday's 18-miler. So I'm gonna get this done out here. The footage might not look so great in the fog, but I'll do the best I can. And yeah, after that, I'm gonna rest a little bit, probably eat my second breakfast, and hop on the bike, which I haven't decided, depending on what the fog is like, if I will ride on the trainer or outside. But it's a little chilly, so it'll probably be on the trainer, but we'll see. So I'll take you along for this run. Town is pretty dead this morning. Super foggy. I don't usually run on the sidewalk, but it's probably a little safer right now anyway. Doesn't look so foggy in this part of town, but I think I will maybe head to the track instead of running the country, because it's a little foggier out in the countryside. So we're gonna head to the track for a few miles of this easy run. Alright, so we're here going into the track, and it's not quite as foggy as I thought it would be, but it's humid, and as you can tell, it's been raining. But this track is so much nicer than the one I grew up running on, but
I mean, that's the way it should be, right? Things should get nicer. But it's really nice for the kids, because if any of them are going to go to state in their sport, at least in this town, it's almost always going to be in cross country or track. They've gotten close in the other sports before. And I think some people have gone for other things, but for the most part, we have really good runners here and really good coaches. And especially for track and cross country, they have good coaches. So they always do really well. So they deserve a nice track like this and not have to run in the sand with no line markings like we did. But I never did run track, but we did have to run in that sand for volleyball, which is good conditioning, but not nearly as nice as this. So pretty grateful the kids today have this. So I know Jason, if he's watching, is going to say the track is the most awful place to run. But as you can see, I turned around to run backwards, and it feels so much better on my hip than always running on the left side of the road. And the soft surface is nice too, especially for an easy run. But fun fact, my longest track run is 18 miles, and I'm pretty sure I could run a full marathon on the track here with no music, no headphones, no entertainment, and no people around. But part of that probably comes from my personality, and I like to be alone. But social extroverts probably would struggle with that, I imagine. So, Jason, if you're watching, this is the one thing we disagree on. Seven miles are done. I'm gonna go in and eat. I am hungry, and then hop on the bike after a rest. See you there. Alright, so on the bike here in the house, because my hands are still frozen from running outside earlier. As you can tell, like, can you see, like, Raynaud's turns them white. It's crazy. So yeah, so I'm doing this zone 2 ride on Zwift. I'll be here for an hour and a half. I'll post up here the miles and time, so lovely Strava will help out. But after this, the week of training will be over. I think we have
total of 68 miles run, which is a record for me, I think. And then I don't know how much cycling. It's my worst discipline, so I don't keep track of it as much as I should. Swimming is just under 5,000 yards for the week. 4,925, I believe. So it's a pretty good week. And thank you all for watching. Please, if you would, like, subscribe, comment, and or share, as it really helps my channel. So, thank you all. Next week, I have a half marathon to run on May 31st up in Ann Arbor, and I will take you along for that.